There's no longer white-collar jobs. They are nowhere to be found. The population is increasing on a daily basis, and the government cannot provide all the needed jobs for the bobbing youths.
In the history of Holy Communion, sir, we've never heard that somebody contacted the deeds from the other person before.
I think, sir.
Not that I mean to undermine polytechnics, they do a good job, but university education is actually more valuable.
Hello viewers, I am delighted to welcome you to this week's edition of Crossfire, reaching you from the Advent Cable Network Nigeria Television, ACNNTV. I am Olusegun Emmanuel Akinola. Remember, Crossfire is a program that treats controversial topics on diverse issues surrounding the family, church, and society. It's more like a friendly match where we just warm up by raising the issues. The ball is eventually left in your courts to decide. Our focus today is on dating and courtship. You know, in the world of dating and courtship, it seems to be changing gradually as women tend to be making the first moves in showing interest in a man. Some even go to the extent of proposing to the man. Is this being too forward and desperate? Or are some men a bit more skeptical about women who make such moves? To discuss this fun and interesting topic are two good brothers in the Lord. They are Mr. Ocholi Okutepa, who will be speaking against it, and Mr. Divine Okore, who will be speaking for it. You're both welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, about a week or two ago, we had this same topic, and we had two young ladies who discussed it for and against. And we thought it would be a good idea to hear from the male perspective. So let's start with you, Mr. Ocholi. Why do you think a woman should not ask a man out? No matter the instances, no matter the circumstances, a woman should never ask a man out. Why do you think so?
Okay, maybe I'll not use the word never, but it was Paul that wrote in scripture that all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient.
Okay.
So my perspective is basically expediency. All right, and when you have conversations around the question of expediency, you begin to ask what's the utilitarian value of taking this move or making this move.
Okay.
All right, because you're dealing with cultural settings, you're dealing with religious understanding, and you're dealing with practicality when I talk about the utility of that move. What is the likely result of this? Now, if you weigh it against the backdrop of culture, religion, or faith, and known results of such moves, you may want to say, my lady, don't do this. Like, there are other ways to get his attention than being forward. Okay, so I'll just give an example of an average Nigerian man under our cultural setup. That's setting up yourself for dishonor. Let me start by even saying, what if he says no? Culturally, our ladies are not even built to take such rejection. And I was just thinking about a common saying, I really hope I get it right, that hell had no fury. Like a woman scorned or something like that.
Yes.
So it's even dangerous to herself. Because what if this guy says no? We're used to men approaching women, receiving no, and life moves on. In fact, some still call for counseling. But the lady's not even equipped for it, culturally speaking. And don't forget, we are largely what we are made up of through cultural upbringing. So she's not positioned for it. Then you go to the flip side. Most men within this culture, we automatically think you're cheap. We not value you. The guy is raised and trained to be a hunter. He wants to hunt, he wants to pursue, he wants to go for you, he wants to make the effort. Then you just summarize it with whatever reason you have. He's shy, he's not forthcoming, Well, let me not go too far. Okay. Maybe when my brother speaks, I will just keep quiet.
Okay. So, Mr. Divine, he has said so many things. In our culture, our religion does not even accept such a thing. So, for you, why do you think maybe times have changed. So what will you say, what should give a woman the impetus to be able to make such moves?
Well, coming from the aspect of religion,
okay,
I don't think I've seen anywhere where it was specifically written that a woman should never ask a man out. So, and if you come to the life we're living today, the world is fast moving, and if you are not fast enough, we'll leave you behind.
That's true. That's true.
So, of course, so things are changing. So today we are teaching our male children to learn how to do house chores.
That's true.
We are teaching them to learn how to clean, how to sweep, how to do that.
Yes.
And we're even encouraging our married men. You know, when you're not so busy in the house, you should help your wife to do things. These are the things that were not really done before now, you know. Men are known for, you know, just go outside there, provide for your family, then the wife takes care of everything in the house. But come to think of it, these days we teach, as a husband, help your wife in the house. Whatever you can do when you're less busy, birth the children, take them to school, help out in the house. So if we're teaching these things, why are we leaving that aspect of a woman asking a man out untouched? So if we're saying that we are sharing these responsibilities, we're sharing these things, that means, I mean, it should go beyond just family.
Okay.
So, sorry, I know you have not asked me, but
no, that's fine.
So are we soon going to start sharing like pregnancy responsibilities?
No, we're not talking about.
No. The world is advancing.
Yes.
You talked about advancement.
Yes.
Would you be glad to soon be pregnant?
No.
It's not a matter of not possible.
Okay.
Global advancement as civilization is already questioning a lot of stuff. That's why I talked about expediency. All right? Because you are even speaking against a very righteous backdrop. Because as we speak now, we're not even talking about women asking men out. We're talking about women asking women out to raise a family.
Okay.
So we are also going to have to ask the question, how far do we go with how far civilization is going? So while I will not jump at calling it sin, and the response I actually want to give here is to the question of is not written in the Bible.
Okay.
There are so many things not written in the Bible, and the flip side of them are written in the Bible. The Bible says he that finds a wife. There's no scripture of he that finds a husband. The scripture of for this cause a man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. There's no scripture of woman leaves to go and cleave. So there's such, it's just like when you come to the New Testament also, Paul writing to his son Timothy said to him that he that cannot keep his, cannot provide for his own household is worse than an infidel. And he was referring to the man in that context. So you can tell me, okay, Proverbs 31 woman. It was so clear that was an exceptional woman doing what she did out of virtue, not out of responsibility.
Okay.
So that responsibilities are clearly defined.
Can I respond to that?
Yes,
absolutely.
please.
Can I respond to that?
Yes, please.
Because, I mean, I think God has actually given us the ability to do things. And I think we also have the, should I say, the ability to go for what we want.
Exactly.
So now as a human being, as a woman, and you know you need something, okay? So when you look at your closet, you know you need new clothes. When you check yourself, you know you are hungry. So, but then what do? You go look for food to eat, right?
Yeah.
But you like this man, you've been seeing this man, and you know you need, as a woman, you need a man, if you're a woman that need a man, because there are some women who say they don't need the man.
No matter how many people even come to them.
So they don't need any man. But you're a woman, and you have this man that, you know, passes by every morning. You like this man. Probably maybe he doesn't even look your way, but you like him. Or maybe at your workplace. You like this man. What do? Approach the man. If you approach the man, then and talk to him. If he says no, you move on with your life.
You know, it's so easy for a man to say you move on with your life.
No, wait. I'm going to ask something.
Okay.
I think one thing is like you said, our women are culturally built not even to. They don't have the thick skin, you know, to take these rejections like when they come. Then that is something they should work on. If women like they really want to come up to that level where they have to approach a man, they should also, if you're able to build the courage, you know, to approach a man, then you should be able to build the courage, you know, develop the
my brother
skin. Hold on, I'm not done. You should also build that thick skin, you know, to handle rejection like when it comes.
Okay.
Right? My brother.
Yes, sir.
You see this thing I'm talking about? If you sit on the counseling table,
yes,
you are dealing with a bunch of girls who don't even want to enter a relationship again for heartbreak. I mean, that one, they didn't ask out the man, no. I mean, they had a normal life going, a man followed them, pursued them, they had heartbreak. They are on counseling table saying, well, I will never do love again. You see some of the scenarios you just described against the cultural upbringing of many of our ladies. After they are scorned once, some of those will go 30 years. I'm telling you, they will not want to even see man.
But that needs to change. I mean, it's not.
No. You see, you don't enforce change just because you said it. You're a man. And because you need to deal with everything. Now, let me even make a very straight point. Even the shyest of men, if there's any word like that, when a man truly wants a thing, he will wake up. So, why don't we focus on letting the ladies know that there's a way to position yourself without necessarily... That's my point. So I'm not against... You can have interest. You talked about if you are hungry, you go eat. It's not every time you eat directly. For instance, I visit somebody's house. They say, when you see the person knows you have to serve food. You don't have to say, I'm hungry, give me food. Or like those days when we used to go to boarding school, you go and visit an uncle. Uncle, I'm going, no. What are you saying? You are inviting him. As a lawyer, I can tell you this. Invitation to treat. You are not the one giving the treat. You are inviting to treat. You are setting the person up. I give you an example. There are people that if you send a message as a lady, truth is, it takes a lot for a man to resist an approach of a woman. That's the truth. There are people that if a lady, for instance, sends a message, hi, how are you doing? She does it 2-3 days. The man will notice. So we are just talking about preserving a degree of honor also. Because if you are not careful, you give out yourself in a way that, oh boy, what's this?
No, but let me comment. Can I comment?
Yes,
that you are asking a man out does not mean you shouldn't know how to preserve your dignity when you talk about that.
My brother,
you're not hold on.
Is my question answered?
No, wait.
The moment you make certain approaches, or this one they do now, a woman will go on her knees and do proposal. The moment you make certain approaches, all the honor you're talking about, you just put it on the table. The table falls.
No, that is the mentality we have.
Yes.
Already, that is the mentality we have. That a woman is coming to you to tell you, to express how she
feels. Has a woman asked you that before?
We're not going there. No, we're not going there. We're not going there. That is not what we are here. We are talking about if it is something that can be done or something that cannot be done. Okay, so that a woman is asking you out does not mean that she does not want to preserve her dignity. Okay, so now we are talking about a woman and what she wants. If she really wants this thing, she can go for it.
Exactly.
If as a man, if you want something, you can go for it. She's a human being. She's not an alien. She's not somebody. She's not something from.
You go for everything you want.
Well, things that I know, if this man is good for this woman, she knows that, if this man comes into my life, wait. No, I'll answer that. It's not everything I want, I go for. But
and there are times you don't go for it because the chances of it becoming a complex situation are very high.
No, but there is no harm in trial. We take risks in life because it's not everything you consider at risk. You just leave alone.
You just want to increase our counseling job.
Okay, let me ask a follow-up question to that.
Okay.
Now, of course, a woman is by nature just designed to receive attention, like you said. That's the way the woman functions. She's meant to receive the attention from men. Now, if don't you think that when a woman asks a man out, that she has actually given that man the advantage as, okay, I'm interested in you, then he will now take advantage of her in that kind of situation?
Talking about attention.
Yes.
We all enjoy attention.
Okay,
so you cannot say you have to give a woman attention and the man has to. No, even as a man, if I approach a woman and maybe later marry her, bring her into my house and I don't give her attention, there will be very big problem. So we're not talking about women, they are designed in a way that, we all need attention. And a woman asking a man out does not mean she's giving him control over. No, even as a man, you bring in a woman into your house. You don't control her. She's not your house help. She's your partner. Two of you still work hand in hand. Okay, how much more? Okay, people go out there, they get a wife, bring into their house. Then the wife end up doing everything. So, are we talking about that?
On this question, you need to look at wiring. Why do you think, even from the Western culture, where some of these things are more prevalent. Why do you think it is still courteous to open the door of a car for a woman? Why do you think they are still trying to preserve certain lines, you know, of what we call now, you know, traditional thinking? Because civilization brings you to the point where you begin to question certain things and say it's traditional. But here's the deal: why are they still trying to preserve a man holding a woman through the staircase?
I think that is just a
no.
respect. That you're respecting the woman.
Now, here's the
there
deal.
are some women who still open the door of the car for the men.
Okay, can I?
Okay.
Let me just put it this way. Yeah, look very closely at our culture, religion, and most cultures of the world, not just Nigeria. All right, exceptional culture, I understand in some parts of India, the women actually make the move. That's the culture. Because when culture becomes prevalent, what happens is it's so acceptable, conduct adjusts to it. All right, now, I'm going to be speaking on this point purely from the perspective of how many people on the counseling table have certain kind of issues. Top of the counseling list now, as we speak, as any counselor, from ladies, is getting into a relationship where they are not valued. I mean, this is a relationship where the man chased, you know, and it shows itself in different ways. Either the guy begins to behave like, I have options. Like, I have options. That's top on the list. Or this guy is to be into you, sends you a message, calls you, blah, all of a sudden, from the point you accept, he's already gone. You're not married. Another one within this context is you know you are not the only one in his life. You are just hoping you are the one he marries. We're already dealing with this, where there's a predominant culture of men feeling they have one over ladies, and that ladies are just there for the taking in large numbers. You're already dealing with that, which is a mindset issue. The mind rules the life as a man thinks in his heart. Now, dealing with all of this, it is one step too far in my thinking, especially within our cultural context, for a lady to now go further to confirm and say, yes, sir, you are the hero here. Just deliver me of this singleness. Help me if not I will die here.
No, that is not the case.
That is not the case. I'm talking about perception. I'm not.
Perception.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're dealing with an average guy who is already confident enough to think that I can take any I want, break any heart I want.
But what happens, you know, you talked about even the shyest of men. There are some men who are just designed to be introverted. They're just designed that way. They don't see themselves making that move because they are too shy. Now, don't you think a woman who is a bit of an extrovert can actually make a move, or like you said earlier, position herself in such a way for that man to now make the move?
I love your question, because your question has a very simple answer.
Okay.
There are people you make do things. But here's the deal. Do you know a shy man will give you all the signals just that his mouth is very heavy to open?
Okay.
Then you help him open it. I'll tell you how you help him. I will tell you how you, oh, don't worry, I will tell you how you help him.
Okay, after this point, we'll take a break. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's the deal. A shy man will give you signals by the things he tries to do. For instance, some guys can't maintain a decent conversation. But you see them send each other, oh, you are not in church. Hope all is fine. Well, I didn't see him midweek. Hope all is fine. I've told ladies several times, he's inviting for either dinner or something, he's not talking. He said that's it, branching. Open the door wider. Even if your schedule was not permitting it, go for that lunch, go for that dinner. There's a point you come to, you ask him, what do you really want? Okay. You have put it on the table. So but just open your mouth.
Isn't that a way of...
Exactly. The same I just wanted to put forward.
That takes you to the Ruth and Boaz issue. I've had this argument in the past where people say to me that Cover Me by Ruth and Boaz was a proposal in their age. Being a lawyer, I understand and I can tell you, invitation to treat looks forward, but it's not the contract.
Okay.
It's just an invitation. It is like, that's why I like the people who argue in the scriptural context of that scripture that it was ask me out.
Yes.
So, Oba, you have shown me all the way. So even in relationship, we're not asking.
No, wait, hold on.
It's just ask.
Your reply will come.
What do you want? Oh boy, you have been hovering around me. What have you done? You have done two things. Number one, I'm open to that conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
But make your conversation. Shoot your shot, like they say in this generation.
Yes.
I won't shoot it for you, because if I shoot it now, how long will I shoot it in life?
Yeah.
No, please, can I respond before?
Your response will come immediately after the break, please. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Did you know Jesus said, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost"? Did you know ACNN reaches out to all African, European and Asian countries? Did you know ACNN produces programs that provides Bible-based solutions to your everyday need? Would you consider partnering with us in order to help us reach out to more souls? Then, become a part of ACNNTV Kingdom Investment Partnership. You can be a monthly or a yearly partner. To subscribe, make your partnership payment into this Zenith Bank account. For more details and confirmation of your AKIP subscription, please call +234 703 2656 544. You can also reach us via email. Together, we can reach the world with the undiluted Word of God.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying tuned. This has been Crossfire, and we've been discussing a very fun and interesting topic. Should single ladies ask single guys out on a date? And we have in the studio two wonderful gentlemen who have been discussing it very vigorously. Mr. Ocholi, who has been speaking against it, and Mr. Divine Okore, who has been speaking for it. Now, just before we went on the break, I asked, if an introverted guy who is very shy can be asked out by a woman who is extroverted, and you said, well, as long as she gives the open book and the channel for him, but he should still make the move. And I'm sure my dear brother Divine wants to give a response to that.
I want to give a response.
Yes, please.
So now he was talking about the girl opening the channel or the book for.
Exactly.
So if the girl can go as far as opening this channel or opening door, her door to this young man, you see as an introvert, or who is so how did you put that?
Introverted.
Thank you very much. So why not just pop the question? Why not say it? So if this guy is somebody that will respect you tomorrow,
exactly.
Okay. Even when you've been the one opening the channel, making him, because you said if he doesn't want to say it, you should make him say it. So if you can go as far as making him say it, why not just say it yourself? So if he's someone who is built or who is going to respect you tomorrow for even opening those doors for him, he will still respect you, even when you are the one to pop the question.
There's a big difference between making him and doing it.
So the energy, the effort you put in into making him. Wait, hold on. The energy you've put in already, or into making him say this thing. Why not just? I mean,
it's a way of saying it already.
So when you're saying that, the backdrop against which you were making your argument is a woman moving for a man who is not moved. I am talking about a man who is making a move that is suggestive.
Well, you never can tell if the man
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. There's a big wall of difference between going for a man who has not even noticed you and urging a man on. Ladies know this better than you and I do. Because even as a man, when you're going for a lady, there's a way you see red light. You just advise yourself.
To go back.
So I'm talking about green lighting. I mean, you're making this move. You're not being professional. Maybe you're not thought. You're not being bold. Maybe you're shy. And I need to green light you to urge you on. Just like you're approaching a traffic light. And all right, you see yellow. And this is soon turning to green. What do? You keep moving because it's about to go green. all right? Or you see green changing to yellow, you know you're about to be stopped. So you begin to hit the brakes because you're coming close. So I'm talking about green lighting. All right?
I mean, I think at this point we're talking about the same thing.
No, we're not talking about the same
hold
thing.
on, okay. We may not be talking about the same thing.
We are
but
very
I want
far
to, hold
from
on,
the same.
let me make my own
Very
point.
far.
I want to make my own
make your
point.
point clear.
Now,
Make your
he
point
was
clear.
talking about green light.
Yes.
Of course, when you like a lady, and you even said it with your own mouth, that there is a point you get to, there is this red light you see, you have to advise yourself. I think vice versa. As a lady and you are moving towards a guy, maybe at some point, this guy may even be behaving like as though he likes you. Maybe he just wants to be friends with you, and at some point you picked interest, like you started developing feelings for this guy, and you are moving towards that point where you might want to ask him out, and you've seen these red lights. You advise yourself, just like a guy advising himself when he's going for
by that time, the lady would have gone so far.
You would have gone so far. In what aspect?
You know why? I'll give you an example. Traditional roles that a man plays are the things you're telling this lady to play.
I mean, why are we advising our men to?
No. I'll tell you why I'm saying this. I'll tell you why I'm saying this. You're asking her to be taking him out. Sit on the counseling table one more time. Starting from your Abuja to all other parts of Nigeria, you know what's going on right now and prevalent? Men chopping women, their money. Eat her out and do nothing.
But
you know
women are doing just
you know what I'm asking?
Women even started.
You know what you're asking this lady to do? Take him out, do this, do that. Then uncle is playing CC. You know, a woman can ask me out, then end up crushing this woman and send her to us to bear the brunt and the responsibility.
But this thing has been happening even with the ladies. You see ladies jumping here and there, chopping. You said chopping men. Ladies have chopped ways. Men. So this is chopping did not start there. It will not end. So
so men should start chopping back.
I mean, if the
situation goes on. Now, let me ask you this now. Is it true that guys actually love it when a girl asks them out? I don't know the statistics, how frequently this happens. But if guys actually like that, what would you now say if a woman proposes to a man?
If in as much as they pretend not to, they love it.
I'm on the same page with you on this one.
If yes,
a man likes cheap things.
No, please don't say that. Don't say that.
No, I know why I said so.
No, a woman asking a man out does not mean
I'm agreeing with you that
she's just going for what she wants. Just
I'm a he.
No.
Okay, let him
even as a woman, you know, there comes a time when if you don't get attention from men, you start questioning yourself. You have to even meet friends. How do I look? Do I have anything on my body? You know. I mean, if that does not mean that a woman is cheap when she's just going for what the same way you are going for what you want.
So now the aspect of proposing, I mean, if you can take that first step of asking out, how about that when you now, have built a relationship over time, that level of proposing, what will you say to that?
Yes, please. As a woman, you can ask a man, you can propose
to a man.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know why? You've been in this relationship, this courtship for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or even some months, and this man is not saying this thing, and you really want to spend the rest of your life with him. So you have to, whoever, John, James, Ekene, please, will you marry me? And if he says no, that means this person that has been with you for many years, that means he's just wasting your time. Every day he wake up and tell you, baby, I love you, or he'll call you, baby, I love you, text you, I love you, and he's not, the proposal is not coming any time soon. Go ahead and propose. And if he says no, ask him his reasons. Why don't you want to marry me? He might tell you, I'm not ready for. When will you be ready for the marriage?
Okay.
You are just
can have that conversation.
Yes, you can have that conversation. Because if you just keep it, bottle it there for the next 10 years, 2 of you may just. That is why you see, go out there, you see people being in a relationship for 10 years. Then they will marry after 2 months. They will divorce. So what's the need of that?
Yes, I know you want to. Yes.
You know why I want to comment on this? Because I have been making a lot of effort to redefine some of the concepts he just talked about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you called it courtship. Then he talked about proposal. That's the mix-up of this generation.
Okay.
What is dating? A loose, uncommitted relationship. At that point, a lady can ask a man out.
Okay.
So let me come to the point where it looks like I agree with Divine. For instance, we're colleagues in the office. We attend the same church. And I'm beginning to, like you as it were. We already have a basic flow, but on a general note, church members, colleagues. I can just, Divine, how are you doing?
Are you free?
I'm having lunch tomorrow. Would you mind? It's just a friendly thing. That's what dating really is. But our generation has confused the concept. All right, so at that point, you have not made any commitment. That's where I agree with you. There's no honor issue here. All right, because I should relate with people now.
Going into courtship now.
Good. What is courtship? Courtship is the point at which people agree to start a relationship with marriage in view. But the confusion in my generation is we're already so into each other. Some people actually even go spend weekend. That's why the begging, marry me comes in, both for the male and the female. So I argue that if courtship is done properly, starting from the point of we already have an understanding where we are headed. And that's why I say people should even ask questions at that beginning point. Whoever, let's assume I follow him, is the lady that say, look, we have been friends. Can we start a relationship that ends in marriage? The other person at that point must ask the question, when you want marry? When you want settle down? What are your plans? I'm not agreeing that the woman should do. I'm just saying in case.
No. I think you are beginning to agree.
No, courtship begins at that point. So that I keep telling people, that one knee there is to bend. When your friends know, they know camera is standing. It's just for photo shoot, too. Because people do that one, then next week they're married. Is that when you decided to marry? No.
You have been
so unfortunately, and it's causing problem in this generation because you are so close, if I'm living like married people, or those from different houses. That's why I'm arguing sternly that when you cross that dating general friendship phase, it's not the call of the woman to make the call into marriage. But with the scenario he described, which is prevalent in this generation, you are already doing, in fact, you are cutting and lying to yourself that you are not cutting. For that one, to remedy the madness, I tell them, madam, sit him down. When are you marrying me? Because if it's for courtship, we have been cutting.
Exactly, already.
You are calling me baby. I'm so exclusive to you. In fact, you call it cheating if I greet another man.
Your visited parents.
By conduct, you are cutting me. Oh boy, what's the day of the wedding? So that is not asking her because you are already inside.
You're demanding him to.
You are telling him to do that. Those are the times that I tell the lady. The man now bend his knee in the name of surprise. I say, put it. Put it. What are you doing?
No,
you have been holding me exclusively for 2 years. You are telling me what nonsense. Put the ring. So if that's what he's referring to, those ones that just pretend they are not caught, they were already inside.
But what I want to say something. If at this point you are saying that a woman can go ahead and have a discussion with this
because she's already caught.
Because hold on,
this guy is already going to marry her.
If
the guy doesn't marry her,
it really matter how they came together. Anybody can make.
My brother,
anybody can bring.
If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? It matters. So
no. I'm not saying nobody is destroying any foundation here. This is,
you say it doesn't matter how it started. Though.
No, wait.
It matters. So
I'm not saying a woman asking a man out does not mean the man will not end up liking her or falling in love.
I have not said so.
No,
but I can ask you a question.
Ask.
You asked me before.
Okay.
What are you about that it is possible or the long run of the marriage? All I am saying is the long run of this relationship, dealing with psychological factors, having regard for cultural factors, having regard for religious mindset, having regard for the practicality of how these things have worked in our society.
It has a lot to do with maturity of the mind.
Both parties.
Yes, it has a lot to do with maturity of the mind. I mean, let's forget about how we're in our culture here. A man going ahead to say this woman is cheap because she asked you out. I think you're just.
So that's insult. Don't insult her.
I think you are just being foolish because as a man,
what if you don't want her?
You have a better way. You should be able to relate to her, tell her, make her understand. Just the same way a woman. And I don't like you, or I have somebody I'm with, I'm seeing somebody, or I'm even married.
Please think about what that does to the woman, no matter how best you explain it.
No, wait, I'm not.
Because you can't expel the culture or the religion that we have come up with. It defines all of us.
It defines all of us.
So I am talking, you know why I'm saying this? So that a lady doesn't watch this show and thinks she has the mental capacity
to do
because I have listened to Divine, I'm now convinced. Let me go and attempt it.
No.
Do you understand what I'm saying? No. So that
even if you don't have the mental capacity, you can build it. I mean,
how do you build it? Please teach us.
You have to prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself.
No, you have to prepare yourself, because if there is any form of
Hope you know a lot of people think they are prepared for what they are not prepared for.
I mean, even if you're not, you cannot kill yourself by yourself.
Well,
so if
you know why I'm happy.
Why you happy?
Anybody who takes your advice after they have been burnt once, you're not trying to.
Okay,
any girl that takes your advice after one fire.
Please, if you're a girl and you like a man and the man is not, please go. Do you know why? Sometimes, there are people who don't really notice you until you start coming close. Like there's this popular saying that you don't really get the smell of somebody's mouth until you come close to them. Yeah. There are people who don't really notice you.
Then draw close, but don't ask out.
No, but you can actually, if you've drawn close enough, ask out now.
So when men usually know how to handle, I think you even made that mention that they know how to handle the rejection. You ask the woman out, you give red light, no problem, he moves on to the next. But for a woman, how do you think a woman should be able to build up that capacity? If you say,
I wish I had Jota now, because Divine's answer will be very key.
No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about.
So how should a woman handle it if a man, eventually rejects her, if she wants to ask the man out?
You should be able to, first of all, talk to yourself. You have, like you said, you have to be mentally ready in case there is any form of rejection. This popular saying, what men can do, women can do it better. It doesn't just apply you punching a man in the house or you doing some sort of things that, you have to prepare yourself. This feminism, these people that carry themselves as feminists, there is this when Chimamanda was talking, they've actually abused this word feminist.
Of course,
it's not you being a feminist means you define what you want as a woman. You go for what you want. You work hard. All right. But some people have taken being feminist as you being able to fight a man, challenge.
Yeah.
No, so you have to actually define what you want. Okay. If you define what you want, you check yourself. You ask yourself that question: will I be able to handle rejection? What if it says no? Because it's not everything you want to get.
Exactly.
So if you are convinced that if this guy says no, you can be able to move on, no matter how much you like him. Then you can be able to.
Now, on that same question about the woman going for what she wants. Now, if a woman is waiting and say, okay, let this man make the move. She has seen that this one has the qualities and all of that, but he doesn't make such moves. What should a woman do in that kind of situation? What she likes is going away, or maybe his attention is even fixed on someone else. Shouldn't she be able to make the moves and give him the opportunity to be able to see her, and so that she doesn't miss out on such a person?
Let me speak to the Christian lady.
Okay.
The Bible says that the just shall live by faith. All right? I know the quick answer that will respond to me is that faith without works is dead. But let me, I quickly supplied it for you because I know the quick answer.
Of course.
All right, here's the deal. If the guy is going to go away, that means the guy has options. And the fact that you trapped and got him now does not mean that option will not be exercisable in the future. That is why, I sit on two very hot seats in life. Lawyer and a counselor in this area. I was in a wedding with one of my colleagues in Chambers, and he just sat there and told me, he echoed the same thoughts that was going through my mind. He's like, as he's just sitting here right now, he's thinking of all the divorce cases we know about. 6 months in, 5 months in, 7 months in, 1 year in, 11 months in. We've seen them all. So it's not about that we got started.
Got to the person,
so here is this lady feeling like something good is going away after making all the decent effort she could make. If this guy can be taken now, he can be taken later. So what's there? I look at you, I make all the effort I can make. In fact, go as far is fine. Like we're saying, we're already friends. What he cannot see, how else do I open your head and put it? How else do I make you see it? In fact, to answer very directly, say, what should she do? Number one, ask yourself, have I made all the effort I should make? Number two, is this a question of lack of interest on his part because it takes two to tango? The fact that I want you does not mean you want me too. So if we have been so close as friends, or we have had close interaction, and you can't choose me.
Yeah,
why am I trying to force it? That means you have the right to actually refuse to choose me. Number 3, if there's anybody on the horizon, I mean anybody at all, that it looks like that's what you are choosing, then this fight is a wrong fight to pick if I want to keep fighting. And I'll give a very personal story. I mean, I was close to my wife for a couple of years. We met in our first year in school, so there was no rush for me. I mean, I was interested. I actually dumb it like I was not. Because I had the time. I wanted the friendship to be what it is. This girl came to counsel with me that somebody wanted to marry her. And I tell you the truth, I lie not. What I told her was, if you like him and you're interested, go ahead.
Okay.
It's not my fight to pick. For you to take it so serious, you came to, I'm giving you my personal story.
Yes.
You took it so serious, you came to counsel with me, then I can be honorable about it. Later on, she met me, she was just seeking my opinion, blah, blah, blah. I still didn't even feel right to ask her out at that point. It still took a couple of months before I decided to. All right? Well, we know whose house she is right now. 10 years plus. Hello?
You won her eventually.
So I didn't need to struggle with another person. In fact, I tell people, the moment it looks like somebody is confused between 2 or more, step aside out of honor.
Now, I want to say something. Can I say something?
And you can also give a final advice to young ladies.
Are we done here?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are done.
I mean, that's so fast. That's so fast. I mean, you have this lady, maybe in an office or in a neighborhood school, or anywhere. Yeah. So, and you like this guy, and you've not seen him with someone else. Okay.
She may be in UK. There's someone else in UK.
I mean, you can only know that if you go close.
Goes close. Yeah,
and so now you like this guy, and you see him. It's not like he's moving from that neighborhood anytime soon.
Yeah.
Right? He's not moving next year. He's not moving next 2 years, or maybe at your workplace. He's not. They are not sacking him tomorrow or next, and he's not resigning. But you like him. You really like him, and he's not coming. So what do you do? Do you keep that? Because you know, I mean, our mentality here says the women, they are softer, they are this, they are that, and you'll be dying in silence. Yeah. You'll be dying in silence, and next year they will even make him maybe the director of one department, and he's our likeness here increases with the number of promotions and all of that. It happens around him. So they even promote him next 2 months, next 2 years or next 3 years. They promote him again, and you like him. Why not just move to this man?
Express your feelings.
You know what? I like you. Let's go out on a date. I mean, like he rightly said before, going out on a date does not mean it will work. It does not mean it will not work.
No,
okay? So you can go out on a date. Then it is only when you go out on a date you can begin to relate, talk to each other. You even know the person's personality. Okay, From there, you know the person may even, all this while, it might be that he hasn't really been noticing you. But now you're talking, he gets to know how you talk. He gets to know how you reason. From there, he might start picking interest.
Well, advise
single ladies, if you like a man enough, you feel this is the man for me, or this is someone I would like to settle with, or I'll have to maybe enter into something serious with. Go for the man. Tell him, you know what, I like you, let's go on a date. You are going on a date does not mean I'm ending up in your house or you're ending up in my house. Let's go out on a date. Let's talk. From there, who knows what will happen tomorrow?
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chole, maybe a final advice.
All right.
Young ladies out here.
My dear young ladies, life is about control. Not following every whim of thing that follows you. Life is about making calls at the right time. Life is about also making sure that the calls you make have a likelihood of success, and not just because you can make the call. Be wise in taking your decisions. Be very smart to take into account,
even while approaching
where
the man,
it will get to before you make the move. So for me, there are a billion ways that you can green light a man without asking a man out or proposing to a man. I won't, in another 1,000 years perhaps, under a cultural,
as an African,
religious, and even global trend. I close by saying, some of the cultures we look at to say that this is fine, we have not looked at the record of the marriages. We only see how glamorous it is that a woman asked a man, and the man said, wow, 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 and said they are married. Go for statistics of how it ended. Then you will know that some things, it's better to maintain the cultural lines.
Okay. Well, we deeply appreciate both of you for taking time out to be here. We thank you for the wonderful contributions you have given. I'm sure
you would have given us more time.
Yes, maybe another time
we can do this arsenal and do.
I'm sure young ladies out there are learning from this and taking cues so that they know how to approach this matter better. Those ones who have made mistakes in the past can do it better tomorrow. So we thank you both very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for staying tuned. We do hope you've also enjoyed and you've been enriched by this discussion. Well, young ladies out there, you've heard it loud and clear from the young men that if you want to make the first move, then you still need to maintain your dignity and self-worth. And like Mr. Ocholi said, be wise, so that it's not interpreted as being desperate or you just want to have your way. Young men, on the other hand, should also build their confidence. You know, we should be bold in order to show ladies out there that they are capable of taking steps, even if it's going to be a risk, to show their interest to any young lady out there. Till next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Goodbye.
All right.